What's up, Earth signs? This one's for you. Going to be doing an energy reading for this week. So if you're curious what might be going on, stick around. We're about to get into it. All right. So I'm going to talk a little bit about astrology first. We do have the Mars, not the Mars. We do have Mars in Taurus squaring Pluto in Aquarius, which basically is going to bring some intense pressure, control issues, and stubborn choices to the surface. It's going to challenge you to address power dynamics and resource those tensions. So it's going to be pretty productive in showing you what's not working for you and maybe going to help push you a little bit to figure out what does and how to, channel that energy in an effective, conducive way. We also have the sun trining Pluto. So that's going to actually bring some clarification to whatever problems you were having in the beginning of the day. It's going to bring massive shifts in wealth and love. It's going to provide a strong desire to take control of matters and turn situations around in your favor if you've been unfairly treated. So yeah, let's see how those energies are going to be affecting you with some tarot. We're going to start off with the Citadel deck per usual. Whoa, all right. The Air, unseen potential, hesitation. All right. I like this card a lot. It is basically talking about how you're nervous, starting off in a new direction that maybe you're unsure of, and maybe there's a lot more pressures to perform well. But yeah, you've got a lot of unseen potential, and yeah, you don't know what exactly is going to play out, but that's okay. That doesn't mean that it's going to be bad, but you got those like pre-show jitters is what I'm picking up on. So let's see what this card has in store. The end of every journey signals the beginning of a new one, and it's natural to still feel uncertain about this new path in front of you. You may be hesitating, but trust that you've already laid the groundwork to make this opportunity the most beneficial that it can be. The rewards that will come are worth this moment of uncertainty. Basically, it's like you've been training for something and now is game day, right? It's like, okay, it's time to put all of that hard work into effect and see what you can make of it. How are you going to handle the pressure? How are you going to handle when things go wrong? What are you going to do? How are you going to succeed? I think it's important to not only just imagine what can go wrong, but also imagine what can go right and see exactly what you can rise up to. I feel like this is you beginning the journey of really meeting your potential. So yeah, let's see what this is looking like with some traditional tarot. But yeah, I like where this is going. I do feel like we've been preparing, and by we, I mean as a collective for our new lives. And so I feel like we don't know exactly what's going to happen, but we're ready. I don't know. There's just this drive. But if you're interested in skipping ahead and you don't care about the cards coming out, you're welcome to. I'm going to pull this spread. Whoa, Empress. Whoa. Damn, that's crazy. Okay, so we're starting with the star card. So this tells me that you've been going through a lot of healing. There's been a lot of just energy surrounding like healing old wounds, old patterns, old narratives that are no longer serving you anymore. I definitely feel like you've been focusing on when to open up about things, how to open up, you know, letting people in and not being so closed off about your emotional state, and rolling with those ups and downs, you know, that can come from emotions, and learning when to open up about what you're going through and how to maybe feel safe doing that. You know, I feel like maybe you weren't feeling safe before about opening up when you're going through these hard times, but with the star coming before that, I really feel like you've been focused on healing those wounds. And you know, sometimes people can make you feel unsafe about opening up, but maybe you've been actively trying to heal that and shift those patterns into something more positive. I feel like you've just been creating a safe space for yourself to freely open up about whatever you need to, be it negative or positive, you know, and rolling with those emotions as they come. But with the Empress and the High Priestess here, I feel like you've been doing a lot of work on your divine feminine and a lot of work on trusting your intuition. You know, these cards do not play when it comes to their intuition, you know, and it's a strong connection to yourself. This is about being a compassionate, understanding, and open person. You know, I feel like in order to heal things, you have to be very open and understanding and compassionate. And I feel like you were able to embody that and be that for yourself as you went through this, you know, and trust that if the emotion is rising, it's going to fall too. So there's something to find in it. And I feel like that's definitely something I've been learning recently, of like, these emotions are not coming up to harm you. They're coming up so that you can transcend them, so that you can turn them into something positive, so that you don't have to have that lingering negative emotion in your body, right? And I've been feeling this energy of kind of cleansing these emotional, like these negative emotions that have been sitting in your body, bleeding into everything that you do, you know? And as you continue to clear that out, you clear your connection to your life, to your environment, to the people around you, to your relationships, right? And so maybe this is really being showcased through a relationship for some of you. Maybe you've been learning how to open up to that person, you know, be that a friend, your family member, or a lover, you know, whatever is playing out in your situation. But I feel like maybe you're seeing this play out in real time, of like, wow, they've really helped me feel safe to open up. They've helped, you know, support me as I've gone through those ups and downs. Or maybe you've even been that for yourself. But this is changing your relationship to your life, to source, to your connection to the divine, through your connections to other people. I really feel like you're learning so much and healing so many wounds from your past, you know, and showing you when you need to stand up for yourself and when you may have a little bit of work to do, you know, because it's hard to decipher which is which sometimes, and it can lead to a lot of illusions, right? With the moon card being next, it shows me that you've been working through seeing the illusions and honestly being compassionate with yourself for not realizing that you've been an illusion this whole time, right? And what I mean by that is sometimes like old feelings will still run our lives in the present. So, okay, so say you've been hurt by someone years ago and they made you feel so unsafe to open up that you stopped opening up to people. You stopped feeling safe enough to, you know, express when you're upset, or express when something's not feeling right, or, you know, your intuition is trying to tell you something. You repressed all that because that person didn't make you feel safe. Well, you were bringing that situation into the present, right? And that leads to you continuing cycles of pain, heartbreak. You know, these cards are really showing up. It'll make that be in your present day, even if that was a past situation. So you held space for yourself. You had compassion for yourself, and that's what led you to breaking free from any illusions. That's what led to your healing. That's what led to you building better connections to yourself and to your life. And that is igniting an insane amount of strength within you. Now that you've gone through this internally, I feel like all of this was an internal thing. You know, now it's going to be shown through your strength, through your confidence. You're going to be showing up a lot differently in your life. And I feel like in a more authentic way and a more balanced way. And a lot of this is because of your ability to sit and be there with yourself, to sit and look at your surroundings and really do your best to see what is and not what your past is trying to bring up. And in this, you found your truth. You found your voice. And maybe you hadn't heard that voice in a long time. And it sounded weird at first. You're like, wait, hold up, who's that? Oh, shit, that's me. And once this came up, it was like you were able to cut through any illusion or bullshit. You just had to get up, you know? You just had to get back up on your throne. And then you're like, oh, yeah, there's my sword. It was right here the whole time. And when you come in contact with this, it's like rapidly you're gonna see how all of this had been running your life. It's all gonna click and you're gonna be like, holy shit, I had no idea. And you're gonna be able to completely change how you view all of this crap. You're like, whoa, I actually see how this I was in control of. I didn't need to stay up all night crying. I didn't need to listen to that voice that told me to do that fucked up thing. I didn't need to play a part in that conflict. I didn't need to allow that person to overstep my boundaries. You know, we all play a part, whether we want to admit it or not. And I feel like the day shit really changed for me is when I took accountability. It doesn't mean that you're not a victim or that you weren't a victim, but it just means, yeah, maybe I brought myself into that environment and I shouldn't have. You know, it's like we gotta take accountability where we can. But you're gonna be seeing shit completely different. And when I tell you it's going to be a lot better this way, you're going to be feeling so good and like you actually can live freely for once. But I see that you're going to be able to help a lot of other people by stepping into this realization. So... wow. All right, let's see if we can get some confirmational messages. Yes, we can with the star. Wow. That's special. For that to be a confirmational message, they're not playing. You have healed from your past. Wow, the High Priestess and the Hierophant. Ace of Air. It's the Ace of Swords. Wow. Okay, let me read this one. I believe this is rest, but let me just make sure. Healing. Oh my God. So yeah, healing energy here. Healing, meditation, rest, and recuperation. It's time to rest my mind and allow peace to take the place of busyness or boredom. The mind needs quiet to think and find clarity. If I allow my mind to rest, I will have greater clarity and my mind will be sharper. It is time for a break. I need to take care of myself. Yeah, it's like you had to kind of go into retreat to connect with this part of you. You had to go in hermit mode a little bit and really feel this out so that you could transcend it. And with the Hierophant here, it's just talking about trust, you know, trusting in that intuition and that intuitive hit that you got, you know, of there's something here, you know, that I need to see. I need to sit with this and feel it and pay attention to it in my relationships. It's like this awareness that you've stepped into. And with the Ace of the Air, this card, although this talks about, you know, like success, your voice, connection to your inner authority, this is talking about destiny, fate, and karma. And saying things are happening at great velocity. Yeah, exactly, with this card. I can expect quick results that will lead me forward with excellent information. Yeah, there's just a lot of synchronicities happening right now. So if you have those happening in your life of like seeing, you know, 444 or seeing, you know, leopards everywhere or seeing, you know, pay attention to your signs, you know, and like be in that constant communication with the universe. They speak to you through literally everything, through the trucks that you see with the word, with, you know, the logos on it, you know, and through music and through, you know, symbols. You know, if I see a sword everywhere, I'm gonna take that as a symbol. And it's not about like, oh, well, that's just coincidence, or that's just because you are looking out for it. It's not about that. It's, can you listen to the patterns in a way? It's like, can you listen without listening? Can you pay attention? Are you grounded in your present to see this shit? Work through your fears. That's exactly what you've been doing. You don't just heal and it's just some beautiful, blissful experience. No, it's actually incredibly painful and isolating and hard. I don't think people know how to intentionally isolate. I grew up with not a lot of friends because I moved around a lot, but I think that it gave me this ability to be able to chill by myself at any time. I have no problem being alone. I actually feel more comfortable, you know, which is, you know, that's my own thing I'm working on. But, you know, I see a lot of people not being able to have that same skill. I feel like it's a skill, you know, in the same way being super social is a skill, you know, and I feel like there's a need to balance both of those. And I think some people don't know how to take that time and just sit. So work through that. I feel like not moving is a fear. Some people like, oh my God, I'm restless, you know, just learn. I just sat for 5 minutes and just stared at a wall. And I think that it's necessary to do that because we don't get that anymore. Like we've always got a distraction that's ready to take us away. Luck is on your side. So you are moving through this so auspiciously. So there's nothing to worry about. I mean, you're going to run into ups and downs. Like that's not a question, but you've learned how to handle that. So what do you have to fear at this point? Life is going to try to throw you off, but every time you like roll with it, like you're on a surfboard, they reward you. Yeah, what do you need to release? Just let go of anything that does not serve you anymore. Don't feel bad about it. Live your best fucking life and stop living for other people. Make sure you're living for you and doing what you want to do. The end of a tough cycle approaches. You damn right. Have courage. Yeah, it takes strength to go down this path. I am not acting like this is easy. This is fucking hard to do this type of inner healing. But if you made it through this video, you're obviously onto something. Like this is a sign for you. I don't have that many subscribers. Like I'm telling people this is like when I have the least amount of followers and subscribers and things like that is when you should really pay attention to the fact that this is popping up in your timeline. Because it's crazy. This is, you know? So have courage. Begin writing now. Get it out. Release it. If you don't feel like you need to talk to other people about it, but you need to get it out, write it on a piece of paper and burn that paper in a safe way, out in a safe environment, you know, but let it all go. Let it all sweep away with that last cycle that we're ending this month. We just ended a 7-year cycle with Uranus. So let go of everything that you've been hanging on to the past 7 years. You don't need it for this next cycle. Go with the flow. Hell yeah, brother. Man, if you're feeling this energy, just roll with it. Don't fight this shit. Just be as free as a bird. Pretend like you're on the beach, even if you're, you know, somewhere dark and stormy, you know, pretend like you have that peace within you and you'll lead yourself to it. You'll keep yourself like in peaceful, but like vibration. But now is the time to be open and allow yourself to move in ways that you wouldn't have seen yourself moving before. Allow yourself to make different decisions, because that's how you get to the places that you aspire to be. So let it all go and go with the flow. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me here. This one was a little weird. I don't know. I felt like a struggle to really communicate well today. So sorry if I wasn't doing good with see, like, I don't know, I just can't, I don't know, there's something in the energy today has me struggling to put my words together. But either way, I really appreciate y'all joining me here, and if you're interested in joining my Patreon or getting a personal reading from me, please check out the description box below. And if this resonated with you, let me know how in the comments, and give me a like or even subscribe if you're feeling my content. So thank y'all so much. Have a good one. Bye.